out of their sockets. Such was the passion displayed by the Pumas during those anthems. Welcome to Marseille, Stade de Velodrome. It's an epic amphitheatre. Grand white, scallop-shaped roof made from fiberglass and tarpaulin. It was only added 10-15 years ago just in case of rain, but they rarely get any rain in these parts. It's been a wonderful few days here on the Côte d'Azur, and Josh Navidi is bouncing like a child on Christmas morning that's not been allowed out of his room.
I'm pumped. Today's felt like a month-long wait. I just can't wait for this game to get underway and just get into it, kind of thing. I feel like I'm a part of it, and I'm in that huddle with the boys right there on the pitch.
Cheers, Hook.
It's a great atmosphere. And looking around outside, I thought there was a lot more Argentinian fans, but now they're all sat down in the stadium. I think there's a lot more Welsh fans, and they're all for a perfect start now, Wales.
Well, the organisers have gone for the Icelandic clap to get things underway in terms of atmosphere. The players have paused and looked at each other and arranged themselves in a huddle on the field. And Wales, red shirts, white shorts, red socks, will play from left to right, and the Pumas from right to left themselves. Sky blue and white striped shirts, white shorts and striped blue and white socks. George North shakes hands with referee Jaco Piper, the first Welshman to play in 4 Rugby World Cup quarter-finals. Wales have been to 6 World Cup quarter-finals. They have won 3. This is an opportunity to make it 4. The wait is over. It's business end time. Wales against Argentina, World Cup quarter-final, and Dan Biggar goes deep with his kickoff and is fielded by the Pumas, who look to carry it from deep. First carry, Montoya, 6 metres out of his own try line. Carreras, the 10, clips it away over the touchline. Outstanding clearance by him. Great first touch, and he went from 3 metres outside his own try line to the halfway line. But Wales want to take it quickly, and they're about to go. Middle ball, Adam Beard takes it. Dan Biggar to Nick Tompkins in midfield. George North crashing over the halfway line. 2 defenders bring him down. Slow possession. Dummy runners Elias. They go wide again. Josh Adams. Lewis Rees-Zammit over the halfway line. In space, chips ahead. Lewis Rees-Zammit gives chase. Across comes Boffelli. Read it perfectly. Now dummies. Doesn't fool Josh Adams, who drags him down. And Wales have Argentina where they want them. First minute here. BBC Radio Wales. 0-0. Carreras clears it into midfield. Dan Biggar on his own 10-yard line, looks up, thinks of the 50, 22. Instead gives it some air, and it hangs up just outside the 22. Ball bounces around, straight into the hands of Will Rowlands. Unexpected possession, but he was knocked on. Positive start for Wales.
Yeah, it's unlucky. A great kick to compete there from Dan Biggar, but great start for Wales. How many times have we seen the George North and Tompkins combination in midfield? Tompkins putting George North in. Argentina defended it really well, but it was the second phase. The Zammit was released down the wing. Great pass from Josh Adams. Missed pass. Chip over the top from Zammit. Just putting pressure on Argentina. Excellent start from Wales.
That's good.
Yeah, it's great by Wales there just to find the space. Like, Argentina can't afford to give that to Wales now. Like, it's after it's the second phase, and you can't give that much space to Lewis Rees-Zammit, and it's gonna be a big threat of ours.
Listen to the noise created by the Pumas. They might be outnumbered, but they are not being outvoiced here. BBC Radio Wales, 0-0.
Set.
2.5 minutes played. Outstanding party atmosphere here at Stade Velodrome. Defensive scrum for Argentina, rock solid. Carreras with his left, to Liam Williams. How's his fitness? How's his ankle? Up to halfway, up and under by him. Gives chase as he so often does, leaps into the air. Well taken, however, by his opposite number. Now Argentina could be on here. Once again, Carreras in the pocket. They've created numbers. Great play by them. Malia has Boffelli outside him. Dummies tackled. Great work, Gareth Davis in his own 22. Forwards carry, chop tackle by Reffel, but Corbelli gets it away. Lavanini with a big charge. Argentina, front football. Montoya, the captain. He's chopped down again. No arms tackle, I'm sure, by Gareth Thomas. Up to the 22. Now they switch from left to right. They've created numbers again, and Josh Adams is up, and he forces them to cut inside. Nick Tompkins having to defend on his own 22. Argentina put in pressure. 3.5 minutes played. 6 minutes up to the 22. Offloading, Corbelli over the 22. Another big tackle by Reffel. Pumas on fire early doors. They go down blind. Pick and go by Gasho, the loose head.
Never back on side.
Wales are offside. They were clearly offside. Free play here. Corbelli looks up, gives it to Montoya, the skipper. Back inside, 15 metres out now by the Pumas. Wales defending. 4 minutes on the clock. Under the heat, under the pump here. Round the corner they come again. Now they give it some width. Chocobares, Malia. Oh, excellent tackle, Liam Williams. Right on the ankle, 5 metres out of the Pumas. Pick and go by Lavanini. Once again, pressure on Wales, been turned over by Aaron Wainwright. But the previous penalty was coming, and I think Wales will take that because they were stretched.
I noticed a couple of phases earlier that we're living right on the edge of their back foot, and we just need to give that daylight. That just has a slight yard, half a yard to give, so we're not giving away silly penalties like an offside. I know we're eager. I know it's 5 minutes into the first half. We just need to give that half a yard so we don't give penalties like this.
Yeah, there's excellent attack there, boys, from Argentina. They shaped the kick in the sleeve from just behind their own 10-yard line, shifted it to the edge, and then kept the ball really well. But you mentioned it there, Gar. What a tackle from Liam Williams. That tackle had to be made there. Chocobares should have given that ball out to Carreras. It's a 2v1. He kept hold of it.
Offside.
And like I say, that tackle from Liam had to be made.
What we did. It's okay.
There were a number of big tackles in that play. Liam Williams as well. Right.
It was confirmed.
Of course, there's football being played here on BBC Radio Wales this afternoon. And there's plenty to keep you entertained. So the second halves are about to get underway. Swindon versus Newport, Wrexham against Salford. Wales-Argentina commentary continues at most frequency, but on FM, the Newport-Wrexham area, time for second half commentaries with Simon Davis and Mark Poyser. 10 seconds left on the shot clock for one of the best in the business, Emiliano Boffelli. This should be bread and butter for him, but he's missed.
Jinxed him, Gar.
Nerves jangle, and the Argentine supporters are somewhat shocked because the end of Roman is bang on normally.
Yeah, he's been very good in this competition, but against Japan he did miss a few, so he might not be that strong today, hopefully.
Great take by Petty, the big lock. 10 metres in from the far touchline in Wales's half. Montoya once again first receiver. No nonsense approach from him. Head down and here he goes. Corbelli, Carreras up and under. Loose kick by him off the outside of the boot. Out in the full. Line out for Wales in Argentine territory. 2 mistakes from the boot there by the Pumas in the last minute. 6 minutes, almost 7 minutes played. BBC Radio Wales, no score.
Yeah, and that's going to go a long way to where this game is won or lost, boys, isn't it? You know, the half-backs, 2 early mistakes from Carreras, the Argentinian 10. You feel that's a mistake Dan Bigger or Gareth Davis wouldn't make.
6-man lineup for Wales. Reffel in midfield. Wrap-around play come in. Dan Bigger, much like Johnny Sexton. Up to halfway is Liam Williams. Here's the man they want in play again. Lewis Rees-Zammit this time. Little grubber kick, and it's caught and taken by Malia. And it was a slide catch by Boffelli, I should say. And Boffelli claimed the mark. Excellent skill by him. But you can see what Wales want to do. Get the ball into the hands of Lewis Rees-Zammit.
Just get him the ball in it as quickly as possible.
Boffelli keeps it alive. Dan Biggar signals that he's going up and under style in his own half. Aaron Wainwright, the only chaser, up to the 10-yard line. Great take by Argentina, and they offload away through Issa. Issa breaks the tackle. Adam Beard misses it, but then he comes back and did well. Quick ball by them again, and now they go down the short side. Stripped by Wales. Josh Adams picked the pocket of tight head prop Francisco Gomez Godella. 8 minutes on the clock. Breathless start here. BBC Radio Wales.
There's the ball.
No score yet. Argentina have come close though. Not a great box kick by Gareth Davis, but it's caught by himself, and it's on here, and again they go direct to George North, to Lewis Rees-Zammit, once again in space, cuts back inside, beats one man, went for the offload, and just as he crossed the 22, the tackle came and it pushed the ball out of his hands, and Argentina looked to counter-attack. Argentina want quick ball and they want to get away quickly. Carreras.
It is over.
Ball in play time is significant. Liam Williams, number stripped off his back, dangling on his shirt, running into traffic, slightly isolated is Williams on the halfway line.
That's the ball.
15 metres in from the touchline. Wales need to buy new numbers for the shirts because they're all peeling off in the sticky, humid heat. Gareth Davis has lost his. Williams is peeling away. Malia takes 10-yard line. Slow ball for Argentina, and Wales have regathered.
There's no chase on the right-hand side for Argentina.
Dan Biggar looks up. Reffel tells him, go. Josh Adams in space. Loose pass by him. Jack Morgan, miracle work, footwork, unbelievable by Morgan. Back to Gareth Davis, and he dropped the ball. He dropped the ball. Is there anything Jack Morgan cannot do? And now there's a counter-attacking opportunity, but Argentina choose to kick. Liam Williams lost his number over his own try line. What's he doing? Well, he just dabs it down. That's not the right call, probably, because he'll have to drop out from underneath his own sticks. But I think he's thinking of everybody else.
Over the 5, yes.
29 other players, so he's taking it quickly. Liam Williams, they're all sleeping. Liam Williams fooled everyone. Now what's on? Well, we thought this game might be a kicking competition, but it's crazy stuff out on the field, James.
It was on, he went for it, it was on, right decision.
Now Gareth Davis tells his fellow players, just take a beat pause, please. Interesting that Boffelli and Malia have swapped position, so it's Boffelli almost acting as the full-back in centre midfield. Here he is, Boffelli. Good kick chased by Wales. They weren't flying up, they came up in the number, wrapped the blanket. They might be short defensively here. Kremer isolated on the floor. Quick possession ball for Argentina. Now they loop it out wide. Issa, he's got sport outside him. Issa stretches legs. Eventually taken down by Dan Biggar. Argentina looking threatening, ball in hand. Lavanini back against the grain, crunches into Ryan Elias. 8 metres in, near touchline. In Wales's half for Argentina. Turnover ball potentially for Jack Morgan. Gets his head in there. Doesn't get a free kick or a penalty. Montoya. So often the Argentine captain carries first into tackle. Gasho rolls out of a tackle. He's isolated. Still Argentine ball. Wales fly up, forcing Argentina back inside. Carreras. Sound faith, 12 minutes played. Bodies strewn everywhere on the field. 15 metres in, knocking on Wales' 22 of the Argentines. Loose pass. Malia into his own half. Sweeps it wide, knock on by Boffelli. And Argentina, through 3 passes, lost 30 metres and have given Wales a scrum in their own half.
It's just when they look like they're going through a number of phases, they look lost and they look bunched. And what I'm seeing here is a lot of pressure from the Welsh pack and players, again, trying to slow that ball down, and that jackal will come later on in the game. So we just need to keep putting that pressure, slowing their ball down, and then it's just messing the way that how Argentina want to play. And it's a massive reward to be in Argentina's half now.
Yeah, it's almost the early phases. Argentina are causing Wales problems. As the phases go on, Wales look far more comfortable, don't they?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, non-feeding in the hole. Let's form it up, lads.
It's a noteworthy point to make for the referee. The Wales players are losing their numbers, aren't they?
Yeah, so about 4 or 5 of them I'm counting. Yeah, Zamitz, Tom Francis, Liam Williams.
At the minute, Zam's playing prop, I think. Number 1.
So Josh Adams has lost his 1 after the 1 for 11.
Fine.
Tompkins is down to a 1. Liam Williams has no number. Neither does Gareth Davis. Wales have made 33 tackles. Argentina just 6. We've only played 13 minutes. Again, Wales go the wraparound play. Gareth Davis to Josh Adams off his left wing, up to the halfway line. Liam Williams slips, loses his footing. Wales looking to go wide off first strike play. Josh Adams told Gareth Davis to go right, left. He came right, so he pops it back in to Wainwright. Bigger, back inside of George North.
What a tackle.
Gets it away to Gareth Davis. Davis has Bigger. Bigger over. First try Wales. And Dan Bigger celebrates against the hoarding boards. No possession. They've had a tackle with their lives. And it's Wales who have proved to be most dangerous. And it's the first try to Dan Bigger and to Wales. 14 minutes played. Wales 5, Argentina 0. Conversion to come.
Let's try and move on.
Brilliant by Wales. As you said, Gar, they go into the width quite a lot from set piece. They're forcing Argentina in defence backwards. And there's a great tackle by, I'm not sure the Argentinian player on George North, but that broke the defensive line. Good offload to Gareth Davis, and Dan Bigger trailing on the inside. Great try under the post.
It's just well-run move, getting that ball to the edge early on. We've seen it a number of times this first half, and it's just getting that ball, getting an easy dent, and then you can see that Argentina's forwards.
It's your responsibility.
Hang on.
What are you looking at here?
Stop.
There's nothing, but you see that the Argentinian pack just being caught asleep, and you know as a forward pack, if you are guard or A next to the ruck, you need to keep coming up square, and there's a nice little back inside ball by Biggs
Wales
to George,
7,
and nice little
Dan Bigger
offload
7, Argentina 0. Referee,
He's looking at something, isn't he? These are the numbers, perhaps?
What's going on here? Assistant referees are all on the field. Jakob Piper, I'm guessing he's by the numbers,
I think he's bringing both captains in by the looks of it, isn't he?
What's going on here then? Let's listen to Jakob Piper. Goes to speak to both captains.
My Achilles into my calf has just gone. I couldn't keep up with play there. We're going to have to change referee. Give it over to Mr. Dixon here. Okay, just give us a minute to swap. Thank you.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Jakob Piper's day is done. And he's been replaced by Carl Dixon, who's an experienced referee himself. But he's just been clipped by Jack Morgan, was it? And we're seeing replays of the referee wincing in pain. Well, that's a sad end to Jakob Piper. Hopefully he gets a round of applause. And we'll take a pause here. We just need to figure out who replaces Carl Dixon as an assistant referee.
Yeah, he's just limping off here. I've only seen this happen once, and Nigel Owens pulled his calf in, I think it's like the first 10 minutes of a game, and it is a bit of a strange one, but they have got backup. I'm not too sure who will be coming on as a replacement referee. It's a bit of a strange one, this, isn't it?
Well, Carl Dixon...
What's the equivalent of the 23rd man in refereeing terms? Fifth man, is it?
Well, this will give us a pause for a second. There's so much for them to get on with here, because Carl Dixon will not only need to be ready to referee the match, but he needs audio equipment, he needs a microphone. We'll find out who the assistant referee is, who the substitute will be in a second. But Carl Dixon, a decent player himself back in the day.
Yeah, he's an excellent player, Carl Dixon, and you say this 5-minute stoppage now might give the Welsh kitman time to iron some new numbers on the back of the shirts, perhaps.
I think it's good to have this. Well, not good to have this break, but it's a good little break for the Welsh pack. Like, you can see all the Welsh team in one little huddle, and it's just going to be messages, sticking to process again. It got a bit frantic, and I think it's just being calm again. hopefully get us scoreboard ticking like we just got that try, so it's lovely, isn't it?
So 1 try to Wales through Dan Biggar, who passed it back into George North, offloads off the floor to Gareth Davis, and Dan Biggar with a run in, to the delight, yet frustration, I think, of Lewis Rees-Zammit, who wanted the ball himself. Right, Carl Dixon is on. We'll get confirmation of the replacement assistant referee in a second. Argentina all in front of the kicker, but they restart. Biggar gets it away to Liam Williams. Wales looking to play from outside the 22 again.
Push there.
Ryan Elias down the blind side, breaks through a tackle out of his own 22. But Wales will look to kick on their own terms despite breaking the gain line. Gareth Davis tells Josh Adam to give chase. Not the best kick again though. Up to the halfway line, hanging in the air. Jack Morgan gets it back. Wainwright, Gareth Davis, Dan Biggar, Liam Williams in space. Back in, he looks, almost breaks the tackle. Looks to offload it, doesn't. Wales are purring here in Marseille. Gareth Thomas, 20 metres in from the near touchline, up to halfway line.
Okay, bullshit.
It's a very loose game.
Use your hand, use your hand.
Very loose.
Now use your foot. Thank you. Check it out.
7-0. 16 minutes on the clock. Dan Biggar's try. Jakob Piper, the referee, has gone. He's been replaced by Carl Dixon. Argentina ball. Montoya. Again and again and again, they use him to carry. But it's not very deceptive, and that's a poor kick by Cobelli. But it could work, because it's knocked on by Gareth Davis, and it's knocked on then by Argentina.
Knock on red, knock on blue.
So it's still 7-0. A strange old game, isn't it, gentlemen?
Yeah, and as you say, Gareth Davis will be disappointed with that guy. It was a poor kick from Cobelli. Easy bread and butter take for Gareth Davis, unfortunately unable to gather.
Just a little bit of an error. Unlike him, he will be disappointed, but I'm sure he'll offer a lot more around the park as usual.
This is some stadium. Stand opposite us has 4, or arguably 5 tiers.
Injury cleared.
Okay, mate, thanks.
Of which the top one
Let's go.
is the only one basking in sunshine as the shadow of this tarpaulin roof
Same pressure.
reaches over the majority of this outstanding sporting arena. Stade Velodrome, home of Olympic Marseille. Colour white and sky blue is displayed all over this stadium, and it is, of course, the colour of the Pumas in their traditional colour. Blue and white hoops. As Cobelli feeds this scrum.
Hold. Keep it high. Keep
The
it high.
experienced Cobelli now with Miami Sharks.
Okay, use now, please.
Issa breaking the gain line at Argentina, but they've knocked it on. And Chocobares, despite carrying a couple of tackles, got through, but Dan Biggar's down. And Dan Biggar's taken a bit of a knock, and we knew about his chest injury.
I don't know if it's his pec again.
Yeah,
He
does
is
not look
holding his
good.
arm, isn't he?
And he's holding on to his arm. Well, this was the danger, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And we said, we'll see how he is after that first big collision, and it was a big collision. It's pretty poor attack actually from Argentina. It's just a literally one-up runner from Chocobares, the Argentinian 12. But the shot had to be made. Dan Biggar made the shot, and he's having treatment. As Josh said, it's definitely on that injury he had a couple of weeks ago against Australia.
This was always going to be a worry because you don't know how much is recovered. Like 2 weeks, you could probably get away with a pec, but he's back up on his feet, and I'm sure he'll have to be dragged off in this game.
Let's go.
Chocobares direct into Biggar's pec, and
Really nice.
if it
inside.
didn't
Keep that
sting
high,
before,
really
it stings now.
Yeah, it's just that ripping motion that he's tried, but hopefully he's fine and stays on for the rest of the game.
But it's working for a lot of teams. That ripping technique, isn't it? It's very, it's hot, it's humid. Just making the ball slippery, and it's difficult to hold on to as an attacker.
Wales up by 7. We're almost halfway through the first half. It's been an entertaining spectacle. Wainwright goes to Bigger. Up to the halfway line is Tompkins. Tompkins cuts back inside, offloads it wildly to Wainwright. Clipped on his ankle, steps back up on his feet. Looks to get the offload to Will Rowlands. Will's getting a lot of change out of that offloading game.
No.
Montoya went to steal it, told to get away. Adam Beard, no number on his back. Dan Bigger, Josh Adams slips over a fallen tackler who's already on the ground. Gareth Thomas, first receiver. Wales building in confidence. Thomas Francis, rarely do we see him carrying.
One blue offside.
Penalty coming to Wales. Shot at nothing. Gareth Davis says thank you very much, I'll knock it on and take the penalty. And Gasho's penalised. Francis into Gasho. Penalty for Wales. And Bigger is still down.
I think he's tying up his laces this time.
Alright, okay.
Ready for a shot at goal. But just looking at our midfield scrum there, Wales' attack. Argentina, I'm not sure what they're doing defensively. There was 4 Welsh attackers on the left-hand side, just 2 Argentinian defenders, and Wales didn't really execute the play that well, but there's so much space there for Wales at the moment.
It was a great pass by Adam Beard. You don't expect it to give that miss one from a forward, and he's got great hands, Beardy, and just threw that miss one and he just jammed too early, the Argentinian team. But there is space on those edges, and it's frightening. You can't give that much space on the edge in international rugby. You might get away with club level, but not on this level.
37-metre shots for Dan Bigger. Try, conversion. Little bang to his pec. It's been all about Dan Bigger in the opening 20. Bang straight, bangs it over. 10-0 Wales.
It's similar to every game, it's just building our scoreboard. It's 10-0 and 20 minutes played, and it's a very good start for me, I'd say.
Just hold your run.
Referee Carl Dixon, who replaced the starting Anthony Piper. They're all in front of the kicker there. We picked that up the first time. Surely the assistant referees would have noticed that. And Wales are moaning about it, but there's no point complaining, and now they're short defensively. Forwards out wide, Crump kick, Liam Williams reads it perfectly. 50-22 could be on here because there's nobody back with Argentina, and Liam Williams gives chase, and they're scrambling back at the Argentines. Carreras, the left winger, comes across. They really want to get going when they get ball. Avanini carries. Argentinian ball, 50 metres out. Cobelli to Josh Adams in his own half, drops it, gives it a Bigger ships it wide to Nick Tompkins. Lewis Rees-Sabat in his own half, danger man, shirt peeling off his back. Liam Williams crashes into the ruck and does so well, because that was almost a turnover, and somehow Wales got away with that.
Yeah, just hands on the floor there. It's quite easy to give as a jackler, but you've got to support your own body weight and you've got to go straight for the ball. The referees have been very good with it. Even any elbows or anything like that on the floor, you've got to be either straight on the ball or you're leaving it. And he did call early as well to say leave it. That's a great kick.
Great kick. But you know more than anyone, Josh, as a jackler, like you say. Carreras came in for the jackal, hands straight on the floor, then he went for the ball. He got the ball, he got the turnover, but it was illegally.
I wonder how many carries Zamet's had already.
We'll check that for you in a second. Loose line-out throw, first mistake, Ryan Elias into the hands of Montoya, who clatters into Dan Bigger, who gets up rather gingerly. Wales slipping off tackles. That was Kremer up to the halfway line. It was Gonzalez, I should say. Numbers for Argentina on the far side, drifting outside George North.
On the body, not
is Sinti, his opposite number. Big tackle by Reffel. Ball spilt over, knock on. Wales possession.
Well, what's quite nice to see here is that the edge backs are confident that the guy inside him is going to have him, and you can see that they have got numbers, and Josh Adams just holding off ever so slightly, and it frees him up to get to the next player. So it's just that you can see like they're all comfortable with each other and know what they're going to get from each other. But that was
Facundo Issa
Yep, there's the mark.
with a
Let's
big,
go. Make sure
powerful
that-
carry, the
thank you.
Toulon man. 23 minutes played. Issa's made 66 metres, broken 4 tackles already. You want to know the what stat did you want to know,
Crouch!
Josh?
how many carries Zamet's had?
Lewis Rees-Zammit has had 4 carries.
Six!
He's like he's had more.
4 positive carries.
Wales scrum.
Away!
Referee signals to perhaps being Wales coming again from their own 22. Lewis Rees-Zammit in space once again. They're doing just what they want to do, which is to give it width, but they've been slightly isolated. Will Rowlands, Adam Beard in midfield, gets it away to Bigger. Wales through Reffel, rolling out of tackles over the halfway line.
Pulled away.
Aaron Wainwright, first receiver, great
tip.
pass. Tip pass to Adam Beard, who got over the gain line. Slightly isolated.
by it.
Wales working well. Tompkins,
Carnage.
George North in space.
Stay out of the mark.
Breaks one tackle. Josh Adams inside, spills it, and it was on because there were 3 against 1 there.
Five blue.
Five blue.
It was a walk-in for Wales. Petit's been penalised, so we'll be coming back. But
You
that
need to go more
will
to
be
the right,
ever so
more to
annoying.
the right, more 1 metre away from the halfway line.
Well, it's not
There we go.
Petit, it's Lavanini, I should say.
Is it?
The card machine. And Carl Dixon has flagged that, but that should have been a try.
There's been 2 chances like that now. Just a drop ball and it's not a walk in, but there's no one else there to tackle him, and it's coming. I feel like it's coming. It's just that one pass goes to hand and just get another score on the board.
Just pressure Wales are building, isn't it? And they're doing it in a way you probably haven't seen so much in this competition in terms of playing to the width pretty early on, getting pace from Zammit, George North, just that final pass. And like you say, Josh, we should be probably 15-20 points up maybe now.
They play it again. So often they just ship it out wide. Liam Williams, or George North recipient, they're marking Zammit, attacking lineout for Wales. 10-0, 27 minutes. BBC Radio Wales at the Rugby World Cup 2023. Lavanini steals it, but it's into the hands of Wainwright, who's knocked down on Argentine side, but Wainwright was most alert. 6 metres out, but he's isolated. Turnover penalty. And Lavanini turns towards the Argentinian supporters and screeches in delight. And he gets the congratulatory tap on his shoulders from his teammates. That almost worked in Wales's favour.
Yeah, that was a great line-out steal by the Argentinas. Wainwright was quick to react, but it's a shame that couldn't get any support, and fair play to Argentina. They have been putting a lot of pressure on the breakdown, and Wales have been very quick to get there, but just not that time.
10-0. Wales don't need much ball, but they're so efficient when they get it. %52 possession now. Earlier it was around the 77% in favour of the Pumas.
Over 15.
Back ball for Argentina. Good step in midfield, but a good tackle as well by Reffel.
What a
Turnover as well.
That was a great chop tackle by Tommy Reffel, and Jack Morgan straight on the ball. Like, you got 2 outstanding back rowers. You could say 2 sevens in midfield, and that's going to come. Argentina are too slow to get to the breakdown. I've noticed in this first half that they've been running in 1s and 2s, and it's those chances are going to come for us, and it's shown.
Yeah, it's the second time probably in the last sort of 5 minutes they've done it off a scrum with Chocobares sending him up on his own. This time it was Sinti, the 13 for Argentina, and we've got someone like Reffel with his chop tackle, and then Jack Morgan over the ball. There's no chance.
Yeah, we used to do it at Cardiff. We used to have the inside guy chop, and then the outside guy can get on and jackal the ball, and it does free it up for a for that jackal threat if you do go low early.
You chop in or over the ball?
Well, I never chop. I couldn't go that low.
Pulls it. Poor penalty by him. Error by the fly half. BBC Radio Wales. 10-0, 30 minutes on the Stade Velodrome clock. Up and under, knocked on by Argentina.
Just a knock on. No time.
Elias.
If you were listening to the mic there, you could hear Liam Williams say, "Get after it, Wayno," and which he did, and it's forced them into an error. And that was a Welsh scrum just on Argentina's turn.
And then when people ask why Wales kick so much, Dan Biggar collects that ball just outside the 22. There was nothing on. Good defensive line from Argentina. Sticks a great kick to compete up on Argentina's 10-yard line. Makes it a 50-50 collision. Argentina knock on. All of a sudden Wales have gained 40 metres of territory just like that.
We play 30 minutes. 30
Crouch!
very productive minutes for Warren Gatland's side because they lead by 10 points to 0.
Set!
All the points from Dan Biggar. Try conversion penalty. Scrum is solid. Wainwright looks a pick, then it wheels.
Both went nice and slow.
And Carl Dixon,
Both players slow to the ground.
that's his voice.
We went forward after it went to ground. Both players this side, nice and slow. Okay, here we go again.
So
let's go.
in League 2 still, Swindon 1. I'll just need a repeat of those scores. I'll give it to you in a second.
Down this side.
Swindon 1, Newport 0. And Wrexham 1, Salford 2. Of course, in the corresponding areas, you can get live commentary of those games on FM. But the focus here is the Rugby World Cup quarter-final. Lewis Rees-Zammit sat back directly behind the Wales scrum. Wales scrum centre midfield, 4 metres into the half. What's going on here, James?
Well, as you say, Zammit's directly behind the scrum. They're probably going to look to bring him to the left-hand side to create a 3v2, which they do.
They go left, just as James Hook suggested. Zammit drifts past one defender. It was Kremer, the blindside, to stretch across. Loose pass knocked on by Wales. And it was Will Rowlands who dropped it. Next one, the scream coming through on the referee's microphone. Slight bit of loose play by them. But as this World Cup rolls towards Paris, the presence of Lewis Rees-Zammit has been noticed more and more.
He's been excellent, as we spoke about before the game. And I think that's what we want to see from Welsh fans, Welsh supporters, Welsh players. Want to get the ball in his hands because he can create problems. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, it's not about forcing the ball and getting it to him. It's getting it like as sharp as possible. You don't want him to be cut out of space, and we've identified these spaces on edges.
Argentina scrum.
Get away!
Wheeling.
Get away!
Issa gets it away to Cobelli. Choco Barres. Crossfield kick by him. Not the best of kicks. Liam Williams lets the ball bounce on his chest, and then a banana kick on the outside of his boots. Gives chase. Argentina up and under this time.
Out of 10!
Hangs high in the air. Competition. Thomas Francis got in the way of everybody, but it's Wales ball. No, it's taken by Argentina. Malia, if they will go left.
Yeah, nice.
Well, here we go. Offside against the Pumas. And you can hear the noise coming from the thousands of Argentine supporters here who believe that the world is against them right now. And it's not been a half to remember. 33 on the clock. They trail by 10.
It's just one of those. It's always quite hard when with that you got to retreat if that ball comes just near you on the kicks, and it's always a difficult one because you're not too sure how close you are. But it's one of them. If you're in doubt, you got to just move.
The information I had was nice.
for Wales. The men in red, Ryan Elias. Missed his man a few times, but he still goes to the tail. Loose again. Tommy Raffle. Now clipped Carreras in the air. Well, Carreras claims so. If he did, he could be in trouble. Maris Jonker, the TMO, will have a look at that, I'm sure. Lewis Rees-Zammit gathers the clearing kick into Argentina's half. His side leading by 10. Will Rowlands. Little short carry by him. Ball spills away. Passed away by Gareth Davis. And I think we may have a little look at what happened between Reffo and Carreras here. Carreras leaps into the air. He is touched by Reffo, but I'm not sure what Reffo could have done there as well.
Well, he is pulling out of that, and it's always difficult when someone's jumping. You thought he was going to go for the ball, and then he's just pulled out at the last minute because he's jumped so high for it. But he could have taken that with his feet still on the ground. I think he's just trying to buy an easy penalty and an easy exit for them.
Yeah, I want a great deal of contact, and the officials have had a look at it and see nothing in it.
Backsy.
The voice of Josh Navidi, James Hook. On Radio Wales. Wales up by 10.
Bind.
Entertaining first half.
Set.
Argentina had a brief window of opportunity in the first 10 minutes. Ball spills out the scrum. Penalty against the Wales pack.
One's angle is straight across first.
Into the final
One's
5
angle is
minutes of this
straight
game,
across first.
and Argentina have a chance to put pressure on Wales, and it's Gareth Thomas, the guilty party here.
Yeah, he's just saying he's coming straight across. You obviously got to drive square, but I don't know, it's not being a bit of a mess, but you can see when the ball does go, the scrum is a bit niggly and a bit of movement there, so hopefully you don't see too many more of them.
Carreras with a neat touch finder, and the best of the game so far. And as we look to close the first half, the Argentinian supporters have found their voice. Attacking lineouts for the Pumas. Montoya will surely look for Lavanini or Guido Petti here. No Pablo Matera, remember. Kremer lurking in midfield on the shoulder of Carreras. Cinti and Chocobares, the centre partners. Middle ball brought down. Rolling ball set for the Pumas, driven back by Wales. Dealt with comfort. Montoya, first carrier again. Kremer, Gasho, brought down unceremoniously by Jack Morgan. Chop tackles are coming in everywhere by Reffel and Morgan. Kremer, such a big burying forward. Argentina looking to put pressure on Wales. Malia spills the ball. Still they come. Wales looking to defend to close out this first half.
Offside, number 1.
Thomas Francis and Gareth Thomas offside. There's a substitute on for the Springboks, for the Pumas. Moroni is on the field.
He's offside.
Wonder who he's on for.
Yeah. Number 1.
Might be Chocobares.
Offside.
Argentina signalling the 3 points right in front of the post. Easy kick, 5 metres out, bang in front. The Wales are flying off the line there in the 22. Just indiscipline just cost them, unfortunately. And a signal coming from the sideline. The Argentinian coaches signalling for the 3 points. Just turn that pressure into points.
Moroni's on for Chocobares then. And Wales will be conceding their first points of this game into the final 2 minutes of the first half. Boffelli with the easiest of penalties. 7 metres out, directly in front. That's good. Wales 10, Argentina 3. 90 seconds remain of this half.
So Argentina's carries are they're getting past that little chop tackle. I know they're such big men, but I'd like to see Wales hitting doubles and maybe slightly higher, but I think the focus is to get that chop tackle and get someone over that ball really early.
The winners of this game face the victors of Ireland All Blacks, which will be played later in Paris. Tomorrow here, the same stadium, it's England against Fiji. And the epic quarter-final, that will be France against the Springboks. Dan Biggar.
All red!
Loose kick by him. Opportunity for Argentina to attack. 39 minutes played.
Oh, no.
Wonderful play by Moroni. Dancing past two defenders. Sets it back to Argentina. No score in the opening 38 minutes. Can they hit twice here? Montoya, so often the first receiver. They've got numbers on the right-hand side of the Pumas. Into the final 30 seconds of the half. Moroni creates the overlap. Carreras. Argentina looking to finish the half with a flourish. Kremer drops it. Knocked backwards. Boffelli hunted down by Reffel and Rowlands. 6 seconds left on the clock. One more attack by Argentina. Gasho, loose head prop. Centre midfield, 30 metres out from the try line. Lavanini round the corner. Gareth Davis looking to steal possession. He's brushed away by an Argentine forward. All of a sudden they're waking up. Was that an early tackle? It was knocked on for sure.
Well, we got a punch, Maris.
Spilt forward. And still advantage being played. I'm sure the Pumas knocked that on as well. And maybe Cobelli might bang this off the field. No, so here they come again. Malia, Moroni, Wales offside again. Offloaded. Brilliant stuff by the Argentinians. Knocked on right to the death. And there's an incident involving some of the Wales players. I think it's a late hit. And Wainwright is in the thick of things.
What's that second
and it's
row?
spilling over. And now there are players flying in from everywhere. And this will need sorting by the referee. Clock is red. Penalty going. Michael Checker furious in the coach's box. What did we see there, gents?
I didn't see an initial collision, but Lavanini grabbing Wainwright around the collar and putting him to the death. You can't be doing stuff like that in these games.
I didn't really see how it started, but I had 5 blue coming in and kind of reigniting the situation. Nothing different. So it was going to be a penalty up there for offside. Are we saying we're going to overturn it because of the foul play action over here? What do you want?
Dico.
Yes.
Okay.
Have you got anything different to what we're saying, man? So what we've got
So there's a hit from Josh Adams, and Lavanini flies in and pulls Wainwright by his collar. So two things to look at here. I think Josh Adams with his shoulder, and then Lavanini, which is a clear offence. Listen to the referee.
I won't be surprised for another look at that hit from Josh.
Okay, so we're just going to see.
It was late and it was high.
Yeah, he's milked it a little bit, but you can't do it. It's off the ball, the whistle's gone dead. You can't do anything like that.
Start where the ball has been, where the line break has happened, and then we'll take it from there.
So Josh Adams shakes his head because he will look up the big screen here. Critical moment in this match. There was an incident involving Josh Adams off the ball.
Nothing on the screen at the moment, Maris.
Maris Jonker looking to load up the
It's
picture.
coming on the screen now.
Maris Jonker, the TMO. Carl Dixon, the referee. Moroni gets it away to Carreras, who gallops, gets the pass away,
So Dico,
knocks it
so what
on.
we have here is after the ball, after
And
you
then
blew the whistle, that is the
Josh
action.
Adams puts a shot to Cobelli, and it's needless. It's needless. I don't know what he's doing there.
So 11 red starts the whole thing.
So
Tackle off the ball, and I'm not seeing.
Carreras arrives.
So
He's nowhere near the ball. Josh Adams runs across
Yeah, so
and
after
just
the
sticks
ball,
his shoulder into Cobelli.
You could be lucky not to have a red here, I've got to be honest.
Yeah. Stupid. Heat of the moment, you don't really think he has milked it a little bit more, but it's not needed. It's after the whistle, that's the big thing.
So we're looking at just a penalty, unless you can tell us anything different.
Yeah, a penalty kick is fine.
Okay.
I agree with you.
Okay, so a penalty against number 11 red, the guy who starts the whole thing.
The Argentina fans are not going to be happy with this decision, I can tell you.
Well, you can hear them.
Started it. 11 red has taken the prayer and the blood whistle has been blown. So it's going to be a penalty over here against this player. I don't see it as a shoulder charge. I see him as a wrap, but I think it's a bit of a cheap. I think it's a cheap shot. Nothing more. Oh, a penalty here. No, for me, just a penalty here.
There's so many things don't make sense there, because surely if it's just a penalty, it should be overruled by Lavanini running in.
He said that initially, didn't he?
But to be me, I thought they would have probably gone a yellow there, but I think we're very lucky with that. I'm happy. I'll take that any day of the week.
So I guess the principle being that he hit him in his chest, as opposed to hit him in the face. But Josh Adams, just as the impact arrives at Cabelli, he moves his shoulder into the chest of Cabelli. It's what is historically known as a cheap shot. Anyway, Montoya still remonstrating. Boffelli gets the penalty, cuts the gap to 4. Wales 10, Argentina 6. Thoughts on that half, James Hook?
Well, I think it was all Wales for the first half hour of that game. We were in the lead, comfortable 10-0 lead, and then we allowed Argentina back into it with 2 late penalties, and they're back in again.
I think that's key. You see 10-0 lead. Imagine going into half-time with 10-0, and now they've had 6 points on the board. It's a 4-point game. To be honest, if we went in 10-0, we'd be comfortable, but I'm slightly worried because those little 2 penalties there has just put a little bit more pressure on us to come out second half. And you know Argentina, second half, the first 10 minutes, they're going to come firing.
So, try for Dan Biggar, penalty for Dan Biggar, conversion for Dan Biggar. That's 10 for Wales, 6 for Argentina. Plenty to discuss and debate. In particular, that incident involving Josh Adams. Half-time in Marseille, Wales 10, Argentina 6.
And we will be back to talk about all of those issues. Such an eventful first half in the quarter-final there in Marseille shortly, with more from James and Josh, our commentary team. What a first half that was, but too close for comfort. Tense for the fans there in Marseille, tense for the fans here at Sardis Road in Pontypridd, our base for the day on Radio Wales Sport. People screaming at the TV and cursing at times there, but we'll see what comes in the second half. We'll be back there in just a few moments, but we are of course keeping an eye on the football as well, coming to the end of our 2 League 2 matches, and Swindon are leading Newport by 2-0 in Wiltshire, but a really good game at the racecourse. Wrexham were behind, they're now in front, so we're going to join the end of that one. It is Wrexham versus Salford there, eventful match in itself for our commentary team of Kevin Ratcliffe and Mark Poyser.
We are into 5 minutes of added time. Wrexham have just scored twice in 60 seconds to turn the tables from 2-1 down to 3-2, and they're still not done. Elliot Lee down the far left to Dolby, and they set it up for the corner as we go into these 5 added minutes. This has been a remarkable second half. It's broken from McLean who crosses. It's too high for Fletcher. Little swing out.
I'll tell you what, that was a swing from Fletcher as well, wasn't it? That makes contact. I'm afraid you're off, mate. And he's having a little go there with tilt, or is it? Maybe he's come across tilt before. A little bit of a shake of the hands.
They're the highest home scorers for a reason. Kept saying they never give up, you never leave this ground early. They've done it too many times over the last couple of years. They never know when they're beaten.
I must admit, Jones coming in at the right wing back has made a massive difference for me. A lot to ask the young lad, I must admit, especially a home game as well.
As it stands, Wrexham are going to climb to 5th. They will be out of the top 3 on goal difference only. They will be 3 points off the top of the table. It is 3-2 to Wrexham, and we have played 1.5 minutes of the 5 minutes to be added.
OK, we'll go back there then, right for the end of that game at the racecourse. Let's get an update on Newport County at Swindon from Simon Davis.
2-0, Swindon lead in added time, and as Bondswell, one of the subs, plays a ball into the penalty area, right on the turn, and not a bad effort. Well, he's a bright spark, he's got a future, but as the ball is tipped out for a corner kick, the goals for the first half, one from Kemp and the second from Hepburn Murphy, is looking like that Mike Flynn is getting one over his old side. 91 minutes, it's a minute and a half into added time, and it's Swindon 2, Newport 0.
Yeah, Newport County dropping to 20th in the live League 2 table. Right, let's talk about tomorrow's game, the big one on Radio Wales tomorrow evening, the crucial Euro 2024 qualifier for Rob Page's Wales against Croatia, a game that they have to win really to keep alive their slim hopes of qualifying automatically for the tournament. Earlier on, Rob Page was speaking to the media amid speculation about his position. You might well have seen newspaper headlines earlier on linking Roy Keane with the Wales job, and speculation that the FAW wanted to bring him in. Well, let's just listen to what Page had to say in response to that. He was addressing that speculation over his future.
I've not spoken to the chief executive, so it is speculation. I've not spoken to him at all about it, so I couldn't tell you whether it's true or not. All I've got to focus in, Rob, is before the World Cup I signed a 4-year deal, and the long-term plan for me is to start introducing young players into this group. We're in a transition period. We've said this time and time again. You know, we're losing big players like Joe Allen, Gareth Bale, not just for what they bring us on the pitch, but what the value they add in the changing room. We've seen the other night that the young talent we've got coming through. We've seen last night with what the under-21s did in the 96th minute to get an equaliser in Prague against a very good team. The relationship me and Matt you've got, we're developing these young players, and it's going to take time. Hence why we signed the 4-year contract, to get the job done. I get the frustration at times. We want to win games of football. Every game I play, I want to win. But there's got to be a little bit of perspective on it as well. And, you know, the bigger picture is we are planning for the future. I'm doing what's best for the FAW, not for myself. And by introducing the young players in the manner and way we're doing, I think it's the best way to make Wales better in the future.
Well, you can read more about that story on the BBC Sport Wales website. A fairly emotional Rob Page earlier on at the press conference. Wales versus Croatia tomorrow then from 7 here on BBC Radio Wales. Chris Mepham, by the way, the defender fit for that game, having missed the Gibraltar friendly in the week at Wrexham. Talking of Wrexham, let's head back there then, shall we? Approaching the end of all that added time in the game against Salford, having come from behind to lead 3-2, let's rejoin Kevin Ratcliffe and Mark Poyser.
Great from Smith. We are into the final 30 seconds. Wrexham still lead 3-2. Salford trying to win a game or level a game that they thought they had won a few moments ago. It's long to the edge of the Wrexham box. It's away by O'Connell. Shepherd battles for it. The rain is driving down. The sun is beating down. It's a Wrexham free kick, and the 5 minutes are up by my watch.
Well, Stephen Fletcher there, the ball comes to him and he just knocks it out of play, knowing they're getting the free kick. Good play by Elliot Lee. I don't think he's had as good as the game that I've seen in the past, Elliot Lee. But what he does do is he plays as a team member, you know, does the job down that stays, and that rain is just...
It's an absolute monsoon, and yet the sun is beating down on this racecourse surface. It's quite a sight here, and everyone's on their feet singing and shouting, and we're in the 6th minute of added time. It is piling down, this rain. This is surely the last attack for Salford. We can barely see them with the sun and the rain and the elements and the wind. It goes to the edge of the Wrexham box. It's headed over to the far left. One last chance at it. The throw goes Wrexham's way. We're getting wet up here, and we're about 10 rows from the back.
I'm getting a little bit around. There must be a leak in the stand somewhere. Well, that should be it, more or less. We've played 6 minutes or so of added time, and it's only shown 5.
Check of the watch from the referee. The Raw will tell you the entertainers are at it again. Another thriller at the racecourse. It's another win. They've scored twice in the final 10 minutes. It's outstanding entertainment once more. It has finished to take Wrexham up to 5th in the League Two table. Wrexham 3, Salford 2.
And you can hear that atmosphere there at the racecourse. Fantastic win then for Wrexham. We'll be back with Kevin Ratcliffe for his thoughts in just a moment. But let's head to Swindon. Newport County beaten again. Simon Davis.
And it's finished here at the county ground. Swindon 2, Newport 0, and it's Mike Flynn, the former Newport manager, who celebrates here in Wiltshire, and with just reason really. It was a deserved win by Swindon Town. 2 goals, 1 in either half. The first from Dan Kemp, rounding the goalkeeper Johnny Maxted, who came way out of his penalty area. The second from Russian Hepburn Murphy, the substitute in the second half. That was after Maxted had parried a shot from outside of the penalty area. 2-0, and it's another defeat in League Two for Graham Coughlin and for Newport County. It's finished. Swindon Town 2, Newport County 0.
Thank you, Simon. And alongside Simon there at the county ground, Jason Perry, the former Newport County defender. Jason, Newport down to 20th now in the League Two table, 4 points off the bottom 2. We were talking earlier on about the pressure maybe starting to build on Graham Coughlin. Well, what's the situation now?
Yeah, and it gets even more, doesn't it? They've lost another game of football. Will Evans gets himself injured, the player that you talked to me about in regards to should he be playing in the Welsh squad. Well, he goes off injured. His other centre forward, Bogle, was limping around. It looked like a team lacking confidence, and did I say it too, they just lost direction. Whereas Swindon, the old manager Newport County, of course with Michael Flynn, they played with confidence. They pushed Newport back for 90 minutes, and you have to say, and I thought Swindon were good for the 3 points, whereas Newport, as I said, look, a team lacking confidence and direction.
Yeah, Swindon, the second top scorers in League Two. Jason, thank you very much. So Newport down to 20th, as we say. Swindon actually up to 6th in the table, just a point behind Wrexham, who are up to 5th after that comeback win over Salford. 3-2 winners at the racecourse. Another thriller for Red Dragons fans there, and Kevin Ratcliffe as well to enjoy, Kevin. And they never know when they're beaten, do they, Wrexham? So many times they've done this, been behind and either drawn games or managed to win them. And Elliot Lee, Stephen Fletcher with another new goal, and Jordan Davis, who's been waiting patiently for a chance himself.
Yeah, you've got to say, when you've got subs on the bench that come on and make a difference, Jordan Davis being one, Fletcher another, and Dolby another one as well. And when them 3 come on, I mean, it was Fletcher and Davis first. It just changed the game. They looked more dominant. They looked as if they were creating more chances. There was a little bit of a quicker step in the step, and they got the goal within 5 minutes of them coming on, and straight away, I don't know how many seconds it was before they got the third. It was absolutely fantastic last 15 minutes of the game, but you didn't know where it was going to come from before that. But it was inspirational from Phil Parkinson. He made the substitution, and they paid dividend today, and it was a great win. There wasn't much happening before that. You're thinking, how can they turn this around? And they were having chance after chance, and the keeper was making a save. A defender was getting a block in for Salford, and you couldn't see it coming until them changes that were made by Phil Parkins. So it's a great result, and it takes them onwards and upwards, which is absolutely fantastic.
Yes, what a week for Wrexham fans. Thank you very much, Kevin. So Wrexham up to 5th in League Two with that win. Newport County losing at Swindon. In terms of other football going on today for Welsh sides, it's the Welsh Cup second round. Cymru Premier teams entering at this stage. You can find the latest scores on the BBC Sport website. The holders TNS not in action. They're actually playing East Fife in the Scottish Challenge Cup, 4th round at 5:15, and in the Southern League Premier Division South, still playing at Merthyr Penydarren Park. It's Merthyr Town 1, Plymouth Parkway 1. And in terms of today's domestic rugby scores, just to round everything up here before we go back to France, full times in the Welsh Prem. Here at Sardis Road, it finished Pontypridd 29, Bridgend 13, Merthyr 20, Pontypool 22, Newport 131-8 at Aberavon, Cardiff beat Neath by 49 points to 28 at the Arms Park, and then in North Wales, RGC 34-29 winners this afternoon over Swansea. That is all the football then. We will have reaction later on from our League Two sides. We'll hear from Phil Parkinson, the Wrexham manager, after their win, and hopefully as well from Graham Coughlin, the Newport County manager. But the focus now clear on Wales for the remainder of our programme. We are with you until 7 o'clock here on BBC Radio Wales, and at half-time in the World Cup quarter-final, it's Wales who lead, but only by 4 points. It's a nervy one in Marseille. Wales 10, Argentina 6. The Pumas pulling things back with a couple of penalties shortly before the half-time break. Josh Navidi and James Hook, the two former Wales internationals, watching this one for us. And, well, what a first half of drama, gents, from that Dan Biggar converted try to the numbers coming off the back of the shirts, the referee getting injured, having to be replaced. But you know, how do you assess the overall performance from Wales, James, first of all? Because they've scored one try, could have had more.
Yeah, they could have. Yeah, they should be 20 points up, to be realistic, but I think the last 10 minutes of the first half, we just allowed Argentina to get back into the game. They kicked the penalty to bring it back to 10-3. We're still in control of the game, and then a loose kick from Biggar allowed Carreras to make yards into the 22, and then obviously Josh Adams gets he doesn't get a yellow card, he gives a penalty away, probably should have had a yellow card, and all of a sudden it's 10 points to 6, and Wales are back under pressure a little bit, probably unnecessarily.
The nation holds its breath here at Pontypridd, and bars, clubhouses, living rooms across the country. Are Wales going to do it? Are they going to get into the semi-finals? Time to find out here on BBC Radio Wales and BBC Sounds. Stay with us for a nail-biting second 40 minutes. Ready to go. Josh Navidi, James Hook and Gareth Rhys-Owen.
And Wales have made changes, shirts and personnel. The numbers were peeling off the backs in the first half, so they've all got new shirts, and they made a substitution, and co-skipper Dewi Lake is on the field instead of Ryan Elias. Wales were 10-0 up, 2 late penalties brought Argentina back within 4. Josh Adams, to most people's minds, lucky to still be on the field for the time being. Argentina have possession. Gasho, the loose head prop, 35 metres from Wales try line.
Tackle, let go.
And he's dragged to ground by Wales. Ball spills out from the side. Montoya picks, goes into Adam Beard. 30 metres out now, Argentina. Cabelli, big charge by the Pumas, who are looking dead and buried, the majority. Pushed through is Carreras. Luis Rhys-Ahmed back into his own 22, and he knocked it over the touchline, so it might well be Argentina ball here. It is.
Yeah, that's a really clever kick from Carreras, something we didn't see in the first half from Argentina. Just turning Luis Rhys-Ahmed.
Came off red.
Yeah, I think little balls like in behind like that is massive, just to keep pressure on us, and Argentina have done it very well, and they've got an attacking line-out deep in the 22.
They've reduced their line-out to 6. So Facundo Issa is in midfield. Montoya, who carried with aplomb in the first half. Petty off the top ball. Carreras, Kremer, the big flanker. Over the gain line he goes, but it's slow ball, penalty. Wales were slowing it down deliberately. Tommy Reffo, Carrera, such a dangerous runner, pick and go. Argentinian forwards within 3 metres, looking to strike early in the second half. Big carry by Kremer, showing his strength. He's a metre short, gets to ground, penalty advantage for Argentina. Lavanini picks, driven back by Wainwright. Cabelli looks up, tells the forwards, keep it, pick it, then go yourselves. Now Cabelli may well load, but he won't be given the chance, and it's another penalty to the Pumas, and an opportunity to cut the gap to 1. Now,
7's going to roll.
After 38 minutes, Wales were 10-0 up. After 43 minutes, they could be down to a 1-point lead.
Yeah, we knew this was going to happen. Argentina are going to come out firing for the first 10 minutes. It's how we deal with it and how we cope with it, and it's fair play to Argentina. They've come out firing and put all pressure on us, and there's just a penalty from Tommy Rafael now rolling away, which is, let's have a look, let's see how bad it is. It's not too bad, but you got to get out of it. Any incident, being in between the ball.
This stadium is literally bouncing because the Argentinian fans in blue and white are dancing up and down, jumping up and down as Boffelli narrows the gap to 1 point. Wales 10, Argentina 9. And Warren Gatland's players need to regain some composure.
Yeah, and the body language the last 5 minutes of the first half and the first 5 minutes of the second half has changed slightly now, isn't it? As you said, Gav, the Argentinian crowd up on their feet.
Restart. Carreras, a danger man, the Newcastle winger.
I got nine. Okay, hold.
Cleared by Argentina. Liam Williams catches it volleyball style. Hand above his head. Goes down the blind side. Nick Tompkins to Josh Adams. Surprised he's not booed by the Puma supporters. Gareth Thomas, first receiver. Dewi Lake with his first carry. On for Ryan Elias. Bigger. Wainwright in midfield. Over the halfway line. Directly right in centre of the field. Wales up by a point. Bigger. Quarterback style. Back in a pocket. Lifts it up high. George North gives chase. Too far though. Too long. Amalia can sit back. Doesn't even need to leap in the air. Waits for it to land in the bread basket and call a mark.
Be happy with that. Chris, deep in their 22. Get the ball back now and hopefully get back in their half.
Malia goes to safety. Wales line-outs. 1 point lead. Dan Bigger indicates 6 towards his foul and then says 5. He wants a 5-man line-out. Is that what he's saying, Josh?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe it might be a 5+1 and we drive in, put it back down there, but we've got Jack Morgan and Tommy Rafael outside him, and then Nick Tompkins as a 3.
Yeah, it looks like a 5+1. It's interesting, Argentina going off the pitch. They nicked 3 line-outs in the first half from Wales. Dewi Lake, his first throw of the match for him. See how he goes.
I reckon it's out the back of Jack Morgan to George and back inside to Zam.
Wainwright just about gets it. Bigger. Jack Morgan just cuts the angle. Drags in a few defenders. Wainwright has stayed on the far wing. Dewi Lake, another carry. Is such a powerful man. Up to the 10-yard line. Wales switch direction. Jack Morgan playing first receiver. Liam Williams swings it out wide to Wainwright, who's hugging the touchline. Who's down for Wales? There's a player down.
Liam Williams,
Liam Williams, and he stays down. Bigger was down in the first half. Now Bigger will play on. Dewi Lake, third carry in as many minutes. 1 point game. Wales are penalised at the deck. The pendulum is swinging.
They're starting to win those penalties now. Argentina at the breakdown. Liam Williams is down, as you said. Caught a rib tickler from one of the Argentina forwards. And no doubt, he's probably about 60 metres out, just shy. But Boffelli might have a shot at goal here.
Injury has been cleared.
Well, to those of you listening back home, it may not be that surprising that James Hook has pulled out the Christmas sweets. But it feels very unusual in the Marseille sunshine. Shadow overlapping 99.9% of the stadium. Perhaps of the 67,000, 60 of those now have to shield their eyes right at the very top tier on the far side of this highly impressive ground.
You say about the Christmas sweets in Marseille, they're putting up the Christmas decorations.
They were, and it just doesn't feel right.
I'm all for it, boys, I gotta be honest.
I love Christmas.
1 point. Josh Navidi, James Hook. This to put the Pumas in the lead for the first time this game. This will be 53 metres plus. Boffelli, time and time again, he's dead-eyed for Edinburgh. Boffelli needs to give it some whack. He's curled it. That is some kick. And the largest roar of this evening comes from the 1,000 dressed in white and blue as the Pumas go into the lead. Wales 10, Emiliano Boffelli 12.
And the frightening thing is, he's about 60 metres out. He didn't even strike that well.
48 minutes played.
Take him back.
Wales was sailing on calm waters. We were questioning why hadn't they not scored more. 10-point gap, could have been more. Ill discipline, momentum.
Outside the 10. Outside
and
the
now
10.
they're behind. And another monster boot by Carreras puts Wales back into their own half. It's a 2-point game here.
That's one thing of the Argentina back three. It's not just Boffelli with the big boot. It's Malia and Carreras.
They could just slam it, couldn't they? They could just slam it. Thomas Williams is on for Gareth Davis.
Good drive here by Wales.
Driving ball up to the halfway line. Now they've just sort of lost possession and lost sight of the ball. So Thomas Williams, interesting call. Box kick. Josh Adams gives chase. Many think he should have been yellow carded. Great take, Boffelli. Stretching, falling backwards. Argentina ball. Kremer into Bigger, straight in to that solar plexus. Ball spills out.
Take him back.
Carreras.
Hold.
Interesting. Pumas are not messing around now. Kicking a lot of ball away. Thomas Williams. Tommy Reffel running back. Bigger holding his peck again.
Yeah, he's hurt.
He's hurt himself. Liam Williams takes in his own half. Kremer and Montoya on the ball, but Wales do very well to keep possession. Bigger doesn't look comfortable, but he looks to torpedo the ball. Loose kick out on the full. Boffelli allows it to go out, and Bigger once again strains with pain. Defensive line of Argentina, 10 metres from the halfway line.
You can see
12-10 to Argentina, by the way.
You can see with Argentina, they're putting the ball a lot longer instead of these kick to compete. So that's what Argentina, I think, have been struggling with, because they're not getting the ball back. But with Wales, we are getting the ball back in those little scraps. But they're just putting this that slightly longer.
Yeah, they're not playing in the middle third in the opening 10 minutes this half, Argentina, are they?
Petty, front ball. Sets it to the drive. Montoya has his big arms wrapped around that pill. Now he allows it to the rest of the forwards. Gonzalez, 6. On halfway. Cabelli. He ships the kick.
Take him back in.
Box kick onto Josh Adams. Leaps, takes. Outside his 22. To the blind side they go, to Jack Morgan. Again, strength and footwork by him just rolls him out of a tackle and gives Wales a metre or two. Bit of an impasse in this game. We seem to be waiting for that mistake. Or moment of genius, knocked on by Boffelli.
Two players.
It was knocked on there. And Moroni gave chase. To my mind, Moroni must have been offside because he's had the ball. But the referee is satisfied with a knock-on. What a venue we have here. Stade Velodrome, 67,000. And it's a 2-point game to the Pumas. Are you nervous?
I am slightly, because it's been all Pumas since half-time, but hopefully weather the storm now and we can flick that switch.
Let's go.
Get back down in their half and put pressure back on the Pumas.
Nice and balanced. Keep our feet up, get that height.
A supporter to the left-hand side of us, clad in blue and white, turns around 360 and demands that the other Argentinians raise their voices. And they do. Some atmosphere created by the Pumas here. Wales knocked on Nick Tompkins in midfield. Argentina ball. Errors now creeping into both sides, in particular Wales. Montoya gets it away. Argentine ball on the halfway line. Wales looking to defend. turnover.
We've got a scrum.
Advantage from the scrum.
Not gone anywhere.
Surprised Carl Dixon went back for that.
Just bang it down there. I don't know, you think that as well, James? Just get it down there.
Yeah, in hindsight it's easier to say next, it was a knock on, but I think there was a 5v3 there for Wales. You know, they were backing themselves to go to the width. There was space on the width. Tompkins has got to take that, isn't he? You know what I mean? Is that a bad pass or poor take from Tompkins?
Through his hands and hit him in the head. Right, what I want like to say is like a party atmosphere in here. I can see from the other side of the pitch there's a couple of Argentinian guys with their tops off and wave them above their head. It's pretty special. And
it's the closest I felt to the football World Cup here. It's a very different atmosphere to the others, and it's created purely by the Argentinians, who have been absolutely fantastic, the supporters.
Yeah, we didn't hear them for the first 30 minutes of the game, did we? And the last 18 minutes of the game, the tide has started to turn a little bit, and it's all the noise you can hear is from Argentina supporters.
I think it's that little sniff. We've given them a sniff of a chance, and now ideally you want to hush the crowd and have them like this, and this is where they come into their own, Argentina. And this,
and three.
They've just Facundo Issa is off the field. Rodrigo Bruni, the number 8 from Bayonne, is on. Eduardo Bescio, the tight end, will become on. And Matias Almano is on for Lavanini. Let's go. 12:10. BBC Radio Wales. Wales win. Their World Cup is extended by a fortnight, guaranteed. Semi-finalists all playing neither in the final or the third, fourth place playoff. But they have 27 minutes left to rescue their Rugby World Cup. It would be a limp way to go out in a match that promised so much. Scrum. Pretty solid for Argentina. On the 10-yard line. Cobelli goes down the blind side. Moroni dribbles it through, bounces off the leg of Nick Tompkins over the touchline. Another Argentina line out, and the Pumas have settled into a groove here.
Yeah, you can see what he's trying to do there, trying to do exactly what Carreras did in the opening couple of minutes of the second half. Just dribble it behind Wales and just put pressure on them in the 22, make them make a decision.
Alemano, Eduardo Bescio and Rodrigo Bruni on for Argentina. Really interesting change as well, happening at scrum half, because Cobelli is off, and Lautaro Bazan, a very inexperienced scrum half, playing for Rovigo in Italy, is on for the final 27 minutes of this match, with his side in the lead. Argentina come again through Carreras. Sinti carries over the gain line. Round the corner they come. Bruni, good strong carrier, the Bayonne flanker, but over enthusiasm from Bescio, the tight end, flies into the rack area. Penalty to Wales. Much needed penalty for Wales. They're still down by 2.
That's just a silly penalty. I know he's come off the bench looking to make an impact, but just taking him up, that's a cheap penalty. It just is just a cheap penalty.
BBC Radio Wales. Hope you're okay. Hope the nerves aren't tickling you too much, because it just feels like that. 25 minutes left of this game. Who's the game winner? Who's the game breaker? Jack Morgan, Thomas Williams, Nick Tompkins over the 22. Wales, rare attack by them. Josh Adams picks and he goes. 20 metres up now with Wales. Rare attack in the second half. They're down by 2. Aaron Wainwright.
You pushed him into it.
Liam Williams wants the ball, but now he seems to hint that the momentum's been lost. Dewi Lake on for Ryan Elias. Thomas Williams, no shape in Wales' attack now. The spark, the zip has gone. Tompkins, first receiver, cuts back inside himself. Argentina, ball was out. not taken by them. Jack Morgan, loose pass by him, taken one-handed by Liam Williams. Brilliant, brilliant. Such a unique character. Thomas Williams breaks through, and Thomas Williams sold the craftiest of dummies, and the Argentinian defence bought it, and Thomas Williams puts Wales back ahead in the Rugby World Cup quarter-final. But at what cost? There are two Welsh players down on their feet on the floor, injured. Josh Adams is one, the other may well be Liam Williams.
Well, it's a great little snipe from Thomas Williams. He's so good at that, especially for Cardiff. You can't give him that space, and he was going to come. Argentina getting a little bit tired. There was a lot of phases. Seemed like Wales weren't going anyway, but it's just a nice little snipe from Thomas.
Who's that down? Are we right in thinking it's Liam Williams?
I think it is, yeah.
Meanwhile, Corey Domachowski, Christian's on for Reffel and Gareth Thomas. Josh Adams does not look healthy. Liam Williams looks very much injured. Now once again, it's the walking wounded.
The injury has been cleared, the try is good.
Le score est de 17 pour le pays de Galles, à 12 pour l'Argentine.
The score, 17, Argentina 1.
I'm getting the impression that the referee Mike, because it was a late change, has been infiltrated by the stadium announcer as well, because it's difficult to hear Carl Dixon. If you're joining us, Carl Dixon replaced Jakob Piper 15 minutes into this game, just after Dan Biggert scored Wales' try. So it's Wales 17, Argentina 12. Biggert solid with a conversion, 5-point match. Carreras restart. Great take. Liam Williams back into the action. Chinza is on. Will Rowlands to carry out of his own 22. Does not want to be isolated.
Liam Williams doesn't look comfy at all.
Does not look right. It was the ankle that troubled him earlier. Think back 4 years ago. Josh Navidi himself was injured in the corresponding quarter-final, and then Wales just began to crumble. George North looking to loop round back into position. Up and under. Taken by the substitute scrum half of Argentina. Bazan.
Use it now, please.
Argentina ball. Alemano on his own 10-yard line, right in the centre of the field.
Roll.
They're down by 5 of the Pumas.
By your own player.
Another shot to get into the World Cup semi-final. Hymns and arias blaring around Stade Velodrome. Liam Williams, not right. Ball knocked out of his possession. George North cleans up, tidies up. Will Rowlands carries 50 metres in from where we are on his own 10-yard line. So Liam Williams, Dan Biggert and Josh Adams all looking like the walking wounded. Up and under. Lewis Rhys-Samet taps it back. Where does this land? Could be in the hands of Carreras. And Carreras gets the turnover, but eventually knocks it on. Almost into the last quarter. Wales are up by 5, but it's nowhere near comfortable.
I think we're going to see Liam coming off here. He's signalled to the sideline. He wants treatment again. Be surprised if he stays on.
Yeah, let's go. And Liam Williams looks at team doctor Jeff Davis and hobbles away, assisted by him. And Rio Dyer is on. So here's the switch then. Rio Dyer on the left wing, Josh Adams right wing, Lewis Rhys-Samet fullback.
Yep, that's what it looks like.
And one final word of instruction from Williams to Dyer, and Dyer gives him a thumbs up and says, yeah, I'm on it.
Yeah, I'm very sure.
And Dyer has been brilliant this tournament as well in terms of his work rate, chasing kicks, his aerial stuff. So it's the energy from Dyer this last 20 minutes that Wales need.
Yeah, I think that you nailed it on the head there, the energy he brings. just into everything, chases hard, carries hard, and competes hard at breakdown as well. It's amazing to see from a winger putting pressure on wide channel rucks.
Wales have a scrum on their own 10, 7 metres from the far touchline. They're playing from right to left. Traditional colours on display. Argentine sky blue and white, Wales red with the white shorts. Carl Dixon, our referee, started as an assistant referee. Jakob Piper pulled up. This is BBC Radio Wales at the Rugby World Cup.
Let's go, quick.
And there's a 5-point advantage for Warren Gatland's players.
Still 20 minutes to go. The second half's gone on forever.
It does feel like that,
doesn't it? The final whistle can't come quick enough for me.
Josh Navidi has lived every tackle, every penalty, every scrum, every emotion. Now they go to Nick Tompkins. Direct run from him over the gain line. Thomas Williams back on the blind side. Chris Chunza, the athletic substitute. Thomas Williams will now kick on Wales's terms, as they'd like to do. They've gone over the gain line twice, and they say, nah, we don't want ball here. We'll give it back to you, Argentina. And the ball is with the Pumas. Deep into their own half. Carreras. Crossfield kick. Poor kick, really. But Luis Risamet in space. Hushed tones when he gets the ball. He goes for green acreage. And it bounces and kicks, and it's going towards the dead ball line. And it's over the dead ball line. And Luis Risamet's first contribution from the position of fullback is to knock it all the way over the dead ball line, and that will be a Puma scrum.
He's got a very good boot, and it's a very long boot, and too long just then. Which is a shame, really. We were looking to put pressure down on them with the box kick just inside the Pumas half.
It was almost perfect. When he split the back three, he put it exactly what he wanted to do, but the balls kept running and running. And now Wales, 30 metres out, midfield scrum. They got to defend this.
Seven Nation Army. It's an 8-nation World Cup. And this is the first of the quarter-finals. Wales against Argentina. Warren Gatland, will he make another World Cup quarter-final? Argentina looking to attack, and they're into the 22. Good pass to Guido Petit. Gasho, flat ball. Good defence on him, but Wales are defending in their own 22. Round the corner they come. Carreras, good footwork by him. Excellent footwork by him. Beats two defenders. Over the gain line they come. Kremer crashes into Chinza. Wales want the turnover. They won't get it. Down the blind side they go. Here's the round scrum half. Exciting young talent is Bazan. Wales defending. Argentina asking questions. Bazan wants a penalty. Bazan will get the penalty. Montoya says, I want the ball here, I want to carry, but he leaves it at Gasho. Wales defending. Argentina knocking on the door. Dewi Lake will be penalised, but Argentina sense they can get more. Sinti into Dan Bigger with a choke tackle. Hits the ground. Still they come round the corner. Carreras. Bazan caught in two minds. 6 metres out, Argentina down by 5. Malia driven back by Rio Dyer and by Thomas Williams. Penalty Argentina. Big call here. What do you do?
I think it's 17 minutes left. So I think Argentina, you take a three. Bring the score within 2 points. It's a tough kick, mind. The referee's moving towards the touchline.
Nico, we are going to check foul play, please. We're going to check head contact in the last ruck.
Here we go. It's Marius Jonker, the TMO, has flagged something.
Head contact by red or blue.
To Carl Dixon.
That's by blue. and we're going to show you the actions of number 4 blue. It is shoulder to head contact on 12 red.
This is Guido Petty on Nick Tompkins.
Okay, here we go.
We're watching this. Petty flies in and hit Tompkins straight in the jaw. Straight in the jaw. Now Tompkins is falling to the floor, but that is a shoulder straight into the cheekbone of Nick Tompkins. There may be mitigation, but that just looks horrific.
That's straight in the jaw, and that's a straight red card for me, I think. Where's the mitigation there?
It should be a red, but I reckon mitigation because he's falling down and the body height changes.
He's belted it into that ruck line. That's reckless, mate.
It is reckless.
And the player kind of falls into him. And he kind of falls down. So
you're listening.
No foul play because he's come into the breakdown legally. The player's been released and falls down. So just please.
And they're trying to convince themselves not to give a penalty here.
Marius, on field at the moment, we're looking at no foul play purely because I call tackle, the player gets released and the red player falls significantly. The blue player is bent at the waist and coming
trying to even it up, I think.
Are you seeing something different?
No, Dico, I don't see anything different, but I think it was important to explain this, and I'm with you on this.
Okay, are we happy? Not foul play for me. Not foul play for me. Dan, go away, please. The reason why I'm not a foul play is because I call tackle. They release. As he goes down, the blue player comes in to make a legal clear, and he accidentally hits him in the head. I don't see it as foul play. I know, but every head contact isn't foul play.
Right,
That's the way I see it.
Jack Morgan, speaking of Carl Dixon, we will unpick that ad nauseum, I'm sure. But to me, there are millions of people watching that around the world, and they've just seen somebody smash them in the face.
Yeah, and regardless if he's called tackle, like you say, guys, still smashed him in the face.
Right then.
It's a shoulder to head completely, so like mitigation, it should be a red card, and I was gone to a yellow, and it's just wiped it.
Okay, well, it's one each, I guess. Josh Adams, many people believe should have been yellow carded. Petty has just creamed Nick Tompkins' chops. And Nick Tompkins, to rub salt into the wound, has to leave.
That's unbelievable. So Nick Tompkins is going off now for the head injury assessment after being hit in the head.
This is
but
wild.
He's saying there's no head contact.
This is wild.
Well, there's no foul play.
And I keep repeating, if you're not a rugby nose and you're watching this at home or listening at home, a player's had to leave due to concussion for a check, and there's no consequence as a result.
This is, I think that's wild. I think this is very bizarre.
Anyway, last 15. It's a game that's had plenty of drama. Wales will need to make a change. Sam Costello is on. Key moment of this game. Petty has not been sanctioned, and Argentina have an attacking line-out. They go to the front, they'll short, cheeky one. Wales under pressure, looking to push the driving all over the touchline. But the Pumas pack is set, and they're within 2 meters. Gonzalez is there. Juan Martin Gonzalez. Cinti, the centre, adds his weight. Argentina within a metre, down by 5. Wales have stopped it, Wales have repelled it, but they've been penalised. Another penalty against Wales.
This is pressure here now. Argentina, as a forward pack, I know we've dealt with it, but they're going to come again. How do we deal with it? I know Argentina will have, maybe they had that funny there, but maybe their options might be short, but we need to get this down straight away or get it going backwards, because Argentina drive is very, very good.
Wales up by 5. 15 left. Josh Nabidi has just got up off his haunches. He was down in the crouch position. Wales make changes. David Jenkins is on.
We haven't actually spoke about Adam Beard today a lot, but he's worked very hard with Will Rowlands around the park.
There will be screaming at the end of this passage. Petty, who wasn't even penalised earlier, takes the ball at the back of the line out.
Sideways.
Right at the back of the tank is Montoya. Now they're going to give it some width. Sinti, Maroney on his shoulder. Round the corner they come. Wales putting pressure on them. There are gaps defensively. Sinti again. Still they come. Montoya with a dummy angle. Bazan dummied himself. Wales under enormous pressure here in Marseille. A metre out are the Argentinians. Alemano picks, stops. Now they go back to the left. Wales again being penalised. Surely the dam will break at some point. Pops out, picked up, penalty again. And will Carl Dixon offer a card or a warning here? 5-point game. Yeah. Let's listen to what Carl Dixon has to say to Jack Morgan.
We've seen some players on the wrong side. We've seen players trying to clear ups. We're down here, we've got a few penalties now. We need to be better, okay? Who wants to?
Yeah, that warning was going to come. I think there's a number of penalties in here. I think this is the 5th penalty and the 22, and we've got to be white and white, but it's so hard. Argentina just getting those little yards. The little yards is hard to stop.
Augustine Creevy is on. Meanwhile, Dan Biggar struggles up off his feet and he's limping heavily. Injuries for Wales. So Creevy, 38 years old now with Sale, an outstanding hooker, still doing his job for the Pumas.
No more now, no more.
It's a 5-point game. A place in the Rugby World Cup quarter-final at stake. Creevy to feed the line out, goes to the front. Petty, once again the recipient. Creevy onto the field for the first time. Rolling Maul is sacked. How was it sacked? Creevy looking to peel, do everything himself. He's tackled by little Rio Dyer. Argentina have spent the last 5 minutes in Wales's 22. They've not yet managed to cross the whitewash. Sclavi, the loose head picks. The forwards and the substitutes combine. Now they're within a metre. Wales want a penalty. They don't get it. You can hear them scream, holding. But Sclavi is there. Joel Sclavi, the substitute loose head. And Argentina are level into the final 13 minutes of this dramatic World Cup quarter-final. It's Wales 17, Argentina 17, but crucially, Argentina have a conversion to put themselves ahead.
It's just, we've been in our 22 for a good 5 minutes here, and we just lived with the pressure, and it is going to break. If we don't get that turnover, if that drive didn't get stopped straight away, and we got out here, that try was coming. And it's how we react now. How we come off this kick-off, how we get back down in Argentina's half, how do we put pressure back on them? Because other minutes a draw, so hopefully he misses this. I pray to God he misses it.
Well, Boffelli missed one reasonably easy kick from a similar position in the first half, but he would want and expect to get this conversion. He does get the conversion. Wales trail in Marseille, and we approach the final 10 minutes. Nico Sanchez is on as well, and as I look at the experienced Argentine fly half coming onto the field to close the game, I see the walking wounded, and I wonder where Dan Biggar is. If he is struggling. Where is Dan Biggar? Has Nick Tompkins come back on? He's still there. He can barely walk. Dan Biggar is struggling.
They're waiting for Nick to come back on.
Luis Risamet with a grubber kick collected by Nico Sanchez, who's just a classy player. And he bangs it back and puts Wales into their 22, and the house of cards is falling here.
Yeah, and the tide's just completely turned, isn't it? Argentina now in the second half just happy to bang it long with their big kickers in the back three. Sanchez has come on, who can boot the ball a mile, and pressure again back on Wales inside their own 40 metre.
Well, Wales brought a scrum half instead of a fly half this week. They were walking wounded, and Dan Biggar is struggling. He's no use to anybody right now, Josh.
It's hard, isn't it? Because there's so many injuries on that park. His boy's holding niggles. Dan's limping around here. Hopefully Nick can get past his HIA, come back on, because he's looking sore.
As you said, Josh, there's 10 minutes this game left. I'm looking around the pitch. There's a lot of experience on the pitch in this Welsh team to win this game. There's 2 points in it. Just need to turn this momentum a little bit.
Plenty of time left, but it's just a lot of sore bodies out there, I think.
A World Cup quarter-final. It's been a long year for Welsh rugby. A long, long year.
Bind!
Defeats to Georgia.
Set!
Strikes, protests, and then a fine World Cup until today. Argentina mix up in midfield, turnover, knock on by them, knock on by Wales. 9 minutes left. Wales down by 2. Forget though getting a try, they just can't get out their half.
No, but it's just little moments like that, a little error just to give Wales possession, give them an opportunity to get into Argentina's half.
Well, Argentina don't need to play that play really, don't they?
I don't really, no, you're right.
They should have done what they've done earlier, just grab right through and put pressure back in Wales 22, but we'll take that as a little moment for us. And
let's go.
Yeah, they literally did not need to do it. They just sort of just banged it down in the corner. Respite for them. So Chinza is blindside. Wainwright is 8, but Costello is 10. Biggar inside centre, North outside him, and Adams and Dyer on the wing. Blindside, first receiver Lewis Rees-Zammit, who has Maroney stood in front of him.
Set!
Wales looking for some inspiration. They get a penalty. Much needed by Carl Dixon, who's had one of those games. The referee started as a linesman, came on for Jacko Piper, didn't card Josh Adams, didn't penalise for a shoulder barge, didn't penalise Petty for a shot on Nick Tompkins' face, and now he's given a crucial penalty. But Costello not at the distance of that penalty, is he, James?
Yeah, it's interesting. Obviously Dan Biggar must be struggling. Costello's taking all the restarts, all the kicks to touch.
7.5 minutes. Wales down by 2. Penalty would be enough.
Maul in 5.
Rolling maul. George North lurking in midfield.
Hands up!
He's going to come in a flat charge here, but Dewi Lake looking to sack the penalty, but he's getting a bit close to comfort. Rio Dyer up to the 22. Lake, huge tackle on him by Kremer. Dan Biggar, the ever-willing Dan Biggar, like a Scott Gibbs on the charge. Switch of direction, Jack Morgan. How can he inspire the nation? Knocked on, turnover. Argentina should just kick it. They should just get rid of it. And Sanchez does just that, but it was a poor kick. And now Lewis Rees-Zammit has ball in hand, in space. Watch out. Here we go. But he's collared and dragged down by Kremer, and Wales fly into the contact area. They look to counter-attack to George North. Biggar to Josh Adams. He has a forward in front of him, but Carreras does very well to marshal him. 6.5 minutes. Wales down by 2. Dewi Lake, penalty will do. Tired bodies out there now. Thomas Williams, Costello, Jack Morgan. What a player Morgan is. If there's one bonus of this World Cup, it's the fine of Morgan. Rio Dyer in space. Rio Dyer gets away. He's got Thomas Williams inside him, but Rio Dyer goes himself, gets it away to Williams. Williams is Lewis Rees-Zammit. Lewis Rees-Zammit. Oh, the final tackle was heroic, and Lewis Rees-Zammit is out on the floor. He has not moved. I hope that that's just disappointment. But his head's in his hands. Did he score? If he did score, it would be the finish of the World Cup.
We believe that he's potentially in touch.
Goodness gracious me. You're on no try at the moment, so we'll have a look for you.
Marius Jonker, 6 minutes left. More injuries for Wales.
What about Rio Dyer? We said he'd bring energy. Just saw the gap, straight through it.
So much to like in that phase of play. Jack Morgan, 2 carries. Dan Biggar, crash ball. And then Rio Dyer dancing on a tackle. Please don't tell me he's got that down, is he? No.
He didn't touch any.
I have a decision for you. The ball was lost into touch by Red.
Okay, so no try touch.
Correct.
The collective heartbeat of the nation pounds against our chests. Wales are still behind. Nick Tompkins will come back on surely for the Dan Biggar, and he's not allowed to do so yet. Past his HIA. And Biggar departs with a huge limp. That carry he put in was heroic, but despite Wales' heroic efforts, they are down. BBC Radio Wales, 6 minutes remain. Front ball, loose ball, Bazan gives it a Kremer. Kremer out of it behind his own try line. Nico Sanchez heels, touching the dead ball line. Tell Bazan, you're going to have to clear this, mate. You're going to have to get us out of trouble. Bazan does just that. It's a high hanging kick, it's a good clearance actually. Great chase as well. And Rio Dyer gets it away. He was over the touchline, says Baffelli. Assistant referee disagrees. One moment of magic, of inspiration. Who can offer it? Aaron Wainwright. Wales down by 2. 5 minutes left. A penalty will do. World Cup quarter-final. Tompkins to Dylan Lewis in midfield. No penalties will be the scream from the Pumas. Rio Dyer, flashes of brilliance from him, but it's been turned over by Argentina. There's no full back for Wales. Sanchez should know this. Oh, what a terrible pass to him. And he just finds Nick Tompkins, who's a makeshift full back. Tompkins looks up. If he's got sense, he'd kick it back and go over the 50-22. Gives it to Wainwright. Great hands by him. Jack Morgan inside Kremer. Wales looking to play. Knocked on by Dylan Lewis. Knocked on by Dylan Lewis. 4.5 minutes left. Argentina starting to believe.
Argentina out on their feet, yeah. This is going to come down to fitness levels, this is. It's a penalty, isn't it? That's all, a penalty, that's all we need.
That's why I think Wales probably didn't need to play there. They send the ball back, put pressure on Argentina, stay in that kicking battle. Someone's going to crack. And I think that this is going to eat up another 2 minutes or so. It's going to come down to the wire, this. Jeepers.
Who would thought this from the first half? It'd come down to this.
2 points in Marseille. Great sporting drama. So often happens in those final moments. Heroes are made. Villains sadly often stand up and reveal themselves. Argentina have played with heart.
That's our scrum, Wales ball.
And determination. There's a Wales ball.
Red ball.
One thing I would say, in terms of supporters, Argentina have hammered Wales in terms of noise and dedication. They've been superb to a person, and now it's the South American supporters who are up on their feet, demanding passion from each other.
I think it was a big moment. You initially give a scrum for Argentina. Now it's Wales ball on the halfway line. Just the last chance for Wales.
4 minutes. 4 minutes left, potentially, of this Rugby World Cup. Scrum for Wales. Halfway line, near touchline, 6 metres in. Wainwright was impressed. Costello, wraparound play, intercepted. Nico Sanchez, but Race Rio Dyer's after him. And Nico Sanchez will go all the way and will surely knock Wales out of the 2023 Rugby World Cup. Sanchez is piled on by his teammates, and the Wales players walk back slowly. Complaints thrown towards the referee Carl Dixon, but that could well be terminal. Nico Sanchez and Argentina, and the Pumas are marching towards Paris, and Wales' World Cup dream is dead.
That's a great. I know it's flat, but that was a great read from him there. But
Dylan Lewis shouted at the referee that he suggested it was offside. Nico Sanchez, who was never the quickest, and that surely shows how tired everyone is, because he did ever so well to continue. Costello with the interception, and Sanchez makes it a 7-point game with the extras to be added by Poffelli, and with 2.5 minutes left, it's game over.
I think it is game over, and that's clever from Sanchez. He's been sat on the bench for pretty much 70 minutes watching Wales run that play. He's read it really well.
Poffelli with a conversion. It's a 2-point game, and there are only 2 minutes left, and if body language tells you anything, Wales are beaten.
it's bang on 2 minutes.
70, Argentina 26.
Rio he got it off the kick-off, and he's just got pushed into the touch. Rio Dias is going to be an Argentinian ball. And they're going to slow this down now. It's less than 2 minutes. Wales are shouting to speed it up.
The Rugby World Cup comes to an end here in Marseille. Argentina, ironically through Petty, who many thought should have been carded, but we'll never know. And the rolling ball rumbles forward. 1 minute, 15 seconds. Bazan, last chance for Wales. They need to score quickly. Rio Dyer, what can he conjure up? Nothing. He's swallowed by Boffelli. Jack Morgan flies into the contact area.
Let's go.
Will Rowlands has to give it out. Joey Lake sticks his head down. They're still tired players. Surely, if Wales want to win this, and it's a penalty, and it's Augustine Creevy, the 38-year-old, who's followed up on his old mates, Nico Sanchez. The Pumas are going to the World Cup semi-final.
You're right, Josh, that ball had to go there, but I think all the boys were so determined to get that ball to the width, they forgot about winning the breakdown, and I think second half, that's probably been a big part of it for Argentina, that breakdown. Yeah, we just dominated there.
We spoke at the start of the game about that breakdown area. It's been back and forth, but when it really counts, the last play of the game, just to relieve that pressure for Argentina, they get that penalty turnover now.
We've just seen shots of young Argentina children faking the crying sign directed at Wales and at the players. Nicolas Sanchez, the clock is red. Wales are going home. Sanchez puts the penalty over, and Argentina will play in the World Cup semi-final. Wales have been beaten. It was a campaign, a tournament that promised so much, but it's ended so limply. Injuries, yes, but Wales could and really should have won tonight in Marseille. They were cruising after 38 minutes, thanks to a Dan Bigger try, penalty and conversion, and then 4 consecutive penalties brought them back into the game. It was a 50-50 second half until a late try by Nicolas Sanchez, and it's Argentina who will win. Argentina go on to the World Cup semi-final, and this is the end of so many glorious Wales rugby careers, including that of Dan Bigger. Bigger had left the field of play injured by the time the final killer interception had been taken by Nico Sanchez. Reality check for us in Wales. Wales have lost. Wales are out of the World Cup. Wales are heading home. Wales 17, Argentina 29.
It's Argentina who celebrate on the field at the Stade Velodrome, Wales, with hands on hips, hands on heads, and tears, no doubt, in the stands for all those Welsh fans who travel out to France, hoping to see the men in red get through to the semi-finals of the World Cup. It is not happening. They're out. They will come home. The players will come home. And you can almost hear that collective groan of despair ringing out across Wales, here in Pontypridd, at the Sardis Road Clubhouse, in bars, in living rooms, in kitchens, in gardens, wherever you've been watching the match, maybe travelling in your car tonight, and that sinking feeling in the pits of the stomach is there as Wales prepare to come home. And we'll bring you more reaction. We're here until 7 o'clock on Radio Wales tonight, wherever you are, wherever you're going. You might be getting back in your car, having watched that or having listened to it with us. We can see Welsh fans in tears, in fact, on the screen here in the clubhouse, and the Welsh players as well, who know that this is a chance that they've let slip by to get through to the semi-finals. It's Argentina who are dancing. Let's go back to James Hook and Josh Navidi. I mean, guys, you know, you've got to semi-finals for Wales, got to the last four. These guys have got to the quarter-finals, but people will say they should have got there themselves in this game this evening. How will they be feeling at the moment, Josh?
Oh, flipping heck, they probably feel the same as me. It's so hard how much effort and all that they've put over the last couple of months, and you see the boys just hands on heads, just you can see this zapped, and it was probably there it was there just in reach, and it's just let slip. And fair play to Argentina, just Sanchez coming off a lot of experience coming from him, and to close the game out there, and just it's deflated. You see, look around to all the Welsh fans around here. There's one of them that has got away from us.
Yeah, we were getting ready, James, to talk about Thomas Williams being the big hero for Wales, a Treorchy boy, born 10 miles up the road from where we are in Pontypridd, but that wasn't the case. Argentina got themselves in front. Wales needed one more hero. They didn't get one. It was Argentina who found that extra bit of inspiration, that extra bit of energy, James, the skill to kill off Wales.
Yeah, they did, and we lost for words early, and really, I think the second half, Argentina just turned the screw. Thomas Williams was very good when he came on. He was a running threat, scored a lovely try from nothing really. But then Argentina just pinned Wales back, put pressure on Wales in the 22. They drive him all, started to work. The carries in the 22 started to work. I know we'll probably go back to that incident on Tompkins where he was caught in the head. That sort of seemed to change momentum a little bit in the stadium with the fans. With the Welsh players, they seem to be a little bit deflated after that incident. And there's so many things you can pick out of that match, and you just see the boys out on their feet.
Yeah, one other thing I've just got to pick up on, and this will be analysed. Two key players for Wales went into that game injured or carrying injuries, and they both left the field before the end of play, which meant that the Wales shape was all over the shop. But Dan Biggar injured, playing at 12 at that game, and we will have to ask questions about that. To take two players who seemingly didn't look right. Dan Biggar gets one shot on his pec right at the start of the game, and he's struggling throughout the whole match.
At the end of the day, you want your best players on the field, and the likes of Dan Biggar, Liam Williams, you want them on the field. And in these games, you, as a player, if I was playing, I was holding a niggle in a quarter-final of the World Cup, you're going to give everything on that pitch, and you'd have to be dragged off, which he had to be. And
I'm not blaming Dan Biggar or Liam Williams whatsoever. Of course they want to play.
Yeah, but
Dan Biggar came off with a leg injury, didn't he? I think he's, obviously he was holding his pec as well.
So how was he holding his pec throughout the game then? Is that just for effect? Or?
Well, he was, but only the players and the coaches and physios in camp know how fit they are. And as a player, if you're going to take the field in a quarter-final, you know yourself, you're going to be maybe not 100% fit, but not far off it. And they felt they were, so we can't say any different.
He would have gone through stuff through the week to build into this game and tick the boxes, and if the physios knew we weren't fit enough to play. They wouldn't have put him out there, and I know you say he took a couple of nasty knocks on that pec early on, and I know he was holding it, but he still was out there and doing his job, and it's just a shame to... I don't even know what to say anymore. It's just hard, isn't it? It's deflating. I know the boys have got their heads bowed down in the circle here, and it's not a nice place to be, especially where it's just out of reach. And
I think we're biased, and we obviously, but I think you've got to give a lot of credit to Argentina. The way they came back, you mentioned it, after 38 minutes of that match in the first half, Wales there's only one team in it, and then the tide started to turn. 3 points, 6 points going in a half time, 10-6 down, and that momentum just completely changed right into the second half. And they had moments in the second half, Wales, but it was all Argentina. They tidied the breakdown up, and they were a better team in the second half. Simple as that.
I said it just before half time, is how you deal with Argentina for that 10 minutes. They're going to come out firing. There's a lot of passion. They were giving everything in that 10 minutes, and we just couldn't get out of it.
And they stopped messing around, didn't they? First half, they were actually more exciting in the first half. They were breaking the bend. Second half, they just started grubber kicking it and pinning Wales back.
Yeah, I think probably Cheika's team talk at half-time was stop messing about in the middle third. It looks pretty, but you're not getting anywhere. You can see it in turnovers. And straight from the off, Carreras tickles a little ball behind Zammit, puts pressure on Wales in the 22, and that's where the pressure built and went up until the end of the game. And watching the Welsh players come off, I'm gutted, absolutely gutted for the boys.
Many things that people are saying now on social media. Obviously, we're talking about the Dan Biggar situation. Was he fit enough to play the game? You've just been debating that. Liam Williams as well. Interesting tweet as well from Stephen Jones, the Sunday Times Rugby Rated, talking about the referee. He says, fair play, it's taken some time, but this is the first Rugby World Cup game of this tournament to be decided by, he says, inferior officiating. End of the first half and final quarter. Looked black for Wales as soon as Jaco Piper limped off. Other people talking about the refereeing performance today. You've talked about the Nick Tompkins hit that wasn't penalised. So how much of an influence, how much impact did that refereeing change make, and the performance of Carl Dixon?
So I'll just make one contribution here.
Yeah, go on.
The game needs to look at itself and say, is that an acceptable occurrence to happen in the game? If that's right, and they say Carl Dixon was right to make that call, and we're going to allow shots like that to happen, that's fine. World Rugby can just say, yeah, you're allowed to hit somebody in the head, full force, running at speed, in the chin, and it's acceptable, and we're quite happy for your children to watch that and to try and sell the sport, because that's legal. If it is, because that was the argument, fair enough, let's just agree that rugby will have those incidents. But to my mind, even if somebody is falling, as a minimum, you just give a even in your days before TMO, someone hits you like that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, and it's the inconsistency guy, isn't it? And I think, the referee said, I called tackle, but regardless of whether he called tackle or not, he's been hit in the head, Tompkins, with a shoulder, or definitely the bicep, and it's late, so surely I've seen red cards given for far less. Yeah. So I don't understand it. I got to be honest.
I don't get that, especially ruck time. I know he said he's told him to let go, but yeah, you could say, because he was falling and told him to let go, should be a yellow, not a red. But that should have been. To me, that probably should have been a card. I think we were lucky to get away first.
And Josh Adams should have been carded. That's a cheap shot, isn't it?
Yeah, and maybe that had a little bit of influence on it, but the go on about anything to the head is going to probably be a card and a penalty regardless. But then you can't really say, because I told you to say let go, you're falling down. It's one of them. It's just...
And just some sight here. The start of Velodrome, it appears empty if we look around the stadium, but then you realise that the Argentinian supporters have all flooded to the bottom tier, right to the front, and the Argentinian players, the Pumas, with children, with each other, are celebrating with a lap of honour around the field, and they're being cheered on by these passionate supporters who have been absolutely fabulous during this day and this evening. And for Argentinian rugby, what a moment this has been.
And by contrast, gents, just a word on Dan Biggar, who I think has got his kids or someone's kids on the field. He's got to go through the sort of rigmarole of playing with the kids who've wandered onto the field. But at the moment, Dan Biggar's got to face up to the reality that is it for him. after such a glorious career in that red shirt. 112th cap today. Out they go in the quarter-final, having arguably underachieved in the quarter-final.
You can't say underachieved, because if you said come from the start of this World Cup campaign and he said, we make it to the quarterfinals against Argentina.
No, but my point, Josh, is that they've overachieved, you could argue, in the pool stages, but they haven't delivered, albeit a good start, but they haven't delivered when it really mattered today in the quarter-final.
Well, yeah, you can say that, but
I think that was a worry when we spoke about it before the game. You know, all the hype was about Wales and the side of the draw they've got a favourable side playing Argentina, and everyone's coming in talking about the semi-final. That was the only danger, that we take our eye off the ball and not worry about Argentina. I'm not saying for 1 second Wales were not worried about Argentina, but I think a lot of us were focusing on that semi-final before we even got there. And you know, for 38 minutes in that first half, we were on our way there. We should have been 15-20 points up, if we're honest. And you know, as I said earlier, credit to Argentina. They changed the tactics a little bit and deserved a win, and you know, it's heartbreaking for the boys.
But it's like I said at the start of the game, it's like I was comfortable coming into this game, but I was a little bit worried, because you never know what Argentina are going to bring, and they have beaten big teams, and you never know what can happen in the semis now. But it's just one of those games that we felt favourites going into game, and when it has been with favourites, stuff's happened like this.
And check out Gats, didn't he? He went into half-time, told his players, stop messing around, stop overplaying, kick the corner, back your boys. The defence was a bit tighter as well, and Wales, again, forget about the point I made about whether they were injured or not. Wales had a lot of leaders who were down. They were patchwork. There was a patchwork setup out there at some point, and you were looking around at Wales at that exact moment of the game, 60 centimetres, and they were just in the trenches fighting for their lives. Buckets of water, throwing the water out, just trying desperately to hang on, whilst Argentina had clarity of direction, clarity of thought. And towards the end, yes, terrible end to this campaign, but Argentina deserved the win, and they were not a bad side.
James and Josh, God, I know you say you probably lost for words as you were saying, but we've got another 50 minutes, I'm afraid, to go before we come off air here on BBC Radio 1. So we've got plenty more we can talk about. We'll come back to you shortly. Keep an eye on the field as well. We have seen Dan Biggar with his kids down there. You can only imagine how he's feeling, knowing that is it for him. In that Welsh shirt. It's retirement now from international rugby. Wales are out of the Rugby World Cup. If you are just tuning in, they've been beaten. Argentina will play either Ireland or New Zealand in next Friday's semi-final at the Stade de France in Paris. That game to come later between those two sides. England against Fiji and South Africa versus France is tomorrow. We'll give the guys a little bit of a break. We'll be back with them after we get the latest sports headlines. Before we do that, let's get the latest traffic and travel with Gary King.
BBC Radio Wales Travel.
Many thanks. Good evening.